Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a best of 5 of the highest level of Protoss versus Protoss you can imagine. It is Hero versus MaxPax. I'm very excited for this. Recently PvP has been more enjoyable to watch than it had been over the past few years. MaxPax has been forced to abandon his old ways of one gate expanding and defending all-ins, and now everyone's just playing different types of build orders. They're going hard, we're having a good time, lots of one-base stuff, which I'm very excited to talk about. There's just so much diversity right now in the early game. I know a lot of Protoss players do not enjoy it as much as I do. They prefer having every single game be Sentry and then a Stalker and then an expansion and nothing happens for the first 5 minutes. That's not the case here anymore. Right now, PvP, it's all about those pylons being proxied across the map, Oracle openers, Adepts flying into bases. If you hate PvP, it's great to watch PvP because it's over quickly. If you love it, it's great as well because it's very exciting games. They're quick. We see an upset every now and again as well. Absolutely fine, but the best players still remain the best. There's absolutely, a big skill component still included here as well. Sometimes when you hear people talk about it's like, it's all gambling, it's all coin flips. Well, if it's all coin flips, why is it that Hero and MaxPax still win the vast majority of their games? It's not half as coin flippy as some people make, want you to believe it is. MaxPax going to open up with kind of his new standard build order. It's Adept, Stalker, Stargate, second Stalker, low ground pylon, and then a Nexus. I feel like this is going to be a very tough early game for Max though, because there's 2 pylons here already powering this little robotics facility. There's going to be 2 more Stalkers coming out. I think Max might actually opt to go for a Phoenix opener here as well. We have Adept versus Adept Stalker. If the Adepts kill this Adept, then that would be great for Hero. If they don't, then, well, it's not great for Hero. And then MaxPax might be okay. I think it's going to be a Phoenix. Yeah, it is going to be a Phoenix. So we get a Phoenix and a Chrono Boost on that. There's another Stalker on the way, so it's going to be 4 Stalker, 1 Adept. Pylon could be placed here on the high ground. No Nexus quite yet. First pylon's going to go down on the side of Hero as the Immortal comes out. Perfect timing sense here out of MaxPax. Knows that at about 318, 319, that first emo is going to pop. Phoenix is here, can pick up as well as the battery's about to finish up. Here we go with the lift on that Immortal. Where are all of our Stalkers? I thought we had 3 Stalkers. There we go. Stalker number 3 is here as well. This Immortal's actually tanking quite a bit. Do we have a recharge? No, we don't have a recharge. That means this Immortal is going to continue shooting. The Adept now blocking over here. At the same time, Adept on the other side achieved absolutely nothing. Second Phoenix comes out. Is that going to be good enough as a double Stalker warp in is going to aid over here? Prism about to finish up as well. Immortal number 1 goes down. MaxPax, resources lost, slightly ahead right now. Neither of these Phoenixes have the ability to lift. There is a 3rd gateway on the way, so it's going to be 3-gate Phoenix against 2-gate Robo so far. No 3rd gate out quite yet. Might have been a mistake out of Hero, but he really wanted that first Immortal rather than a quicker 3rd gate. MaxPax already is dreaming of a natural base right now. I think that is only just a dream though. I do not believe this is something he can actually execute on. This is an intrusive thought. You don't want to act on every intrusive thought. 2 lifts are in here. Whoa, Guardian Shield gets used. Nice force field as well. Of course, no Prism available here for MaxPax. Means he's going to lose 2 Stalkers for free. Resource loss is 900 to 750. And resources lost is often quite informative due to them both being on a single base right now. 2 more Stalkers being warped into the main base as we have 3 Phoenixes out. What are Hero's plans going to be? I don't quite know. Is there a second Immortal? No, it's just going to be Observer. 3-gate. Pylon gets taken out. Gateway under some heavy fire here as well. There's 1 force field available for Hero. Second force field about to become available. This Observer can of course help at spotting where these Phoenixes are. If the Phoenixes move across the map, you can always try to move up a ramp. There's no Sentry available for MaxPax as he throws down his own robotics facility and indeed tries to fly across the map with Phoenixes. I don't think this is going to be playable. I don't think this is something you can do. I don't think you can fly across the map right now as Hero dares going up this ramp. Clears the 2nd gateway now as well, so it's going to be single gate, single Robo, single Stargate, and I think this is going to be a key moment, perhaps to try and... Well, can he buck through this? Maybe with a pylon over here. Get a Nexus out, I think, wouldn't be too bad. Hero's going to continue pushing on forward. I don't mind that either. There's still no Sentry defensively. Now it's here, but no force field is going to be allowed to be placed. Phoenixes go for a dive onto this Immortal. His probes are being pulled off the line. The battery line is holding strong so far from MaxPax, but lost 11 workers already. More Stalkers being warped in. Hero, with an aggressive move forward, is going to be picking up game number 1 here on ley lines. As MaxPax tried so hard and got so far, even managed to kill that first Immortal. But in the end, the Proxy Robo was a little bit too strong over here. As Hero up about 20 supply, MaxPax still trying for whatever reason. GG gets called. And map number 1 indeed goes to the Korean. A beautiful game number 1 out of Hero there. And that's what we want to see in these PvPs. Aggression, power, big output. That is what we want. Nothing else. As the first gateway goes down and we don't get a scout, that is also what I want to see. So a little bit of basic PvP theory here is, usually when you see a gateway scout, which is what this is out of MaxPax, you're not going to be seeing a proxy. It is unlikely. Sometimes you get a reactive proxy if you're playing against a 1-gate expand. I don't think that's going to be the case over here. Hero, it's actually going for a gas scout. This is kind of middle of the road. Majority of the time we see a second gateway scout. So after the second gateway, you go on the map and then you proxy a pylon with that worker. As Hero's going to be moving out right now. I'm very excited to see what he's going to do. You think he's just going to proxy right in his face once more? Just telling MaxPax, hey, what you're doing right now with that Adept Stalker into Stargate is simply unsafe. And I don't want you to be doing that. Ooh, Max is going for a 1-gate expand here. Ooh, that is intense. That is real cute. You get a pylon at home. So I mentioned before that the 1-gate expand is not really considered a safe build anymore. Proxy Robo tends to beat it, especially now that recharge only gives 50 energy. But even before that, MaxPax had already kind of transitioned out of the 1-gate expand. But he's back in it right now. Gonna get a Stargate into Stalker. And this Probe Scout sees Stalker as well. I wonder what Hero's plan is going to be. You get a pylon block. That is a decent plan to start things off with. So we're going to get a third pylon before the Nexus. This is a very important one. That's the only reason why you're going for the pylon block, is to delay the Nexus by about 100 minerals. That's the... Oh, whoa. He finishes the pylon. It is rare to see that. It is extremely rare to see that. As we're popping off right now with Stalker 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 instantly. No battery being constructed because you don't want to start a battery before you start the Nexus. This is the plan out of Hero. Battery only gets half energy if you start it before Nexus. So Hero says, hey, wait a second. If I can delay your Nexus, you won't build a battery. And it means it might be too late, but then there's just double Stalker and Zealot already. What I thought was a brilliant plan actually ends up being pretty mediocre here. As the Stalker just holds for now. Do have a Nexus on the way for Hero defensively. But let's take a look at the output over here, okay? What are we looking at? We have an Oracle already out for MaxPax. We have a worker count that is higher for MaxPax. He has a battery, which we'll consider as an asset. Unit count is 4 versus 2 Stalkers. 1 Zealot as a bonus here for Max. So MaxPax already has detection. He has the ability to potentially deal damage. He's blind building a Void Ray, but he's going to cancel that the moment he sees this Nexus. There you go. Cancels it. And now Twilight or second Oracle, or potentially both. There we go. Twilight into second Oracle is going to be the plan here. And his position is fantastic. Even if he gets 0 kills right now, we would consider this a winning position for MaxPax. And MaxPax usually gets more than 1 kill. Or at least more than 0 kills. So far he's got a none though. Get the Chrono Boost over here down at the Nexus. Second gate is done. Twilight Council is on the way. So the one advantage that Hero is going to have is a slightly quicker blink. Blink by about, 40 seconds faster? Yeah, about 40 seconds quicker. And that was with a Chrono Boost, so actually just 30 seconds faster. Alright. MaxPax is going to move out. Has 2 Oracle setups, saw the lack of batteries, and decides to split them up. So if there's batteries somewhere, you can't split them up, because then you can't get through it, or you'll have to use stasis wards. This Oracle Revelation. There are some force fields available. Hero needs to be very careful. Doesn't want to lose anything here. MaxPax is going to be moving back. 35 workers to 35. Once more, we already have detection for MaxPax. We have the ability to build stasis wards. Double Oracle alive means you need to keep 3 Stalkers at home at all times. So an aggressive attack is pretty much going to be with 9 Stalkers right now, if that's something that Hero wants to do. 2 Stalkers at home. Who spot this Oracle? As the third base comes down for both players. So a relative mirror over here. Like, almost complete mirror. MaxPax up 3 workers though. And still has that Oracle advantage. Yeah, Stasis Ward's going to get placed down here. 1 Oracle still in the dead space, waiting to do something. Battery comes down. And because you have the Stasis Wards, it's very difficult for Hero to get onto the map. Because there's Oracles around, it's very difficult for Hero to get on the map. So most likely, it will be MaxPax, despite the lower Stalker count, that is going to get a mandate to be out on the map. He will be allowed to be there. So probes now get sent out. This is for 2 reasons. 1, for a bit of scouting, making sure there's no proxy pylons, no proxy gates, but also to see if there's any stasis wards placed around. I really do like this. Just clearing any potential stasis. It's working quite well. Because there's no stasis out right now. To be fair, none of them had been placed, so even if he hadn't done it, they wouldn't be there. Oh, this one might actually trigger one. There you go. Poof. There you go, good sir. As this stasis wants to come down here, does get sniped instantly by our good friend Hero. MaxPax is going to lose a Zealot. No, doesn't lose anything. Single probe still moving around. This thing's going to disappear as well relatively soon. Poof. Flops out of this world. Cannon goes up. +1 in charge. This is such a mirrored game, just with a small lead for MaxPax. Very little action so far in the first 6 minutes. Lots of posturing, lots of trying their best to make something happen. But so far, not a whole lot has actually happened. 3 gateways +4. Is it just +4? Yes. So it's going to be 7 gateways total. On the side of Hero, we see 2 +4. No, 4 +4. There you go. It's going to go up to 8. See if MaxPax just gets a faster third base than on 7 gateways. And he can skip that robotics facility because he doesn't need detection. Hero needs to be super afraid right now of Dark Shrine, right? If there's DTs out, he has a cannon here as well. Like, he's investing in all these things that he has to invest in due to him not having detection. And MaxPax is like, oh, whatever, cannons, don't need them. I can just add a faster Nexus. I can just add faster gateways. I can add a faster assimilator. More gas for MaxPax. And he's now getting a Dark Shrine, actually. More money for MaxPax. And more probes for MaxPax. As once more, he's going to move onto the map. Ooh. Robo Bay. Really? A very uncommon strategy here. 3-base Robo Bay on 6 gases. This is old school. And when I say old school, I mean like 2016 StarCraft 2. 2016 StarCraft 2. Huh. Lots of stasis wards out already. So it's going to make it difficult to kind of break this... I'd call it like a soft contain, I guess. Oh, well done. Hero is so good at finding like these little opportunities to clear stasis here and there. He's doing a phenomenal job, really is. Fourth base, however, for MaxPax is about to finish up. He's now getting his own robotics facility, and indeed we're going to go Disruptor. So it's going to be 3-base Disruptor. This is such an odd way of playing. Not at all common. And MaxPax is going to smell an opportunity here, maybe. To clear a sentry, kill a pylon, blinks him forward, goes for the pylon. Could kill a worker or 2. Oh, 4 stalkers over here. On the wrong side of the road. Oh. Do walk into that stasis. Disruptor, I'm not sure if that got spotted or not. Don't think it did. Oracle's active. Trying to get these observers. Oh, there comes the first Purification Nova. Disruptors did get buffed, of course. Faster recharge on the Purification, but I generally don't like being down a base while having Disruptors. I actually never like having Disruptors in this matchup, unless you're very well set up with loads of cannons and pretty close to maxing out, and even bases. Like, this type of scenario just feels so difficult to ever get across the map, as Hero's trying to push into this, but he's just weaker. He needs the Purification Novas, right, in order to get a decent fight. So we're gonna get a Purification Nova over here. Not quite. MaxPax so far with decent trades already has 10 gateways against just the 8. 4 base versus 3. 6 gas versus 6. So MaxPax up in income. Up in stalker count. down in upgrades, but has the ability soon to get some DTs out. And once these DTs come out with the Shadow Stride, I think Hero might be in a world of trouble. DT Blink. That's what all the kids are talking about right now. It's the hot new thing, baby. There you go. Both of these Oracles still alive. Oh, there goes Disruptor number 1. That's a kill. Well done. This is usually played with ping. It's either on US Central or US West. So seeing those types of like low latency moves out of MaxPax, that feels very good. It's nice to see. Here we go. Stalkers moving into this concave. It's probably not how you want to be fighting right now. 32 to 33. I'd love to see a second forge. 5th base, second forge. I think these are generally good calls, because you want to trade well with your high gateway count, right? So we see 12 gateways coming in. MaxPax most likely is just going to play a base trade style the moment his opponent moves out. And he just wants to trade, because he's outmining his opponent. As long as these trades are even or favorable for MaxPax, or slightly favorable for Hero, he's going to be just fine. He doesn't give a crap. So Hero's actually going to be pushing this back for a little bit. Worker count 65 to 76. First 6 DTs now come in. Gateway count really does need to grow. There's a lot of cash in the bank for Max. Oh, there was an observer that died there. Ooh. Stalker count is growing rapidly for Hero. MaxPax is going to get pushed back, and the Disruptors stay alive. They don't have any kills, but just their mere presence seems to be good enough. Here comes the DT run by. 2 into the prism, maybe? Maybe none into the prism. Maybe 4 into the prism. What are we doing over here? I think that probe saw absolutely everything. And I'm expecting more cannons to come down right now. MaxPax needs to... Yeah, there you go. Love this. Extra Immortals in the mix. We have this Zealot DT warp in coming in right now. DTs can blink over to clear that cannon. That's exactly what's going to happen. Observers move forward. This is a 3-pronged attack. MaxPax is hitting the front. MaxPax is hitting the 3rd base. And he's hitting the main. Observers are not in position to deal with everything. MaxPax's insane harass here is dealing serious damage as Hero is not paying attention to his 3rd base. Loses all the workers there before even responding. This base could go down. And right now MaxPax on 12 gates. Soon to have 14. His upgrade is about to finish up. And theoretically, if Hero could teleport across the map and start fighting this army, he'd be in a great spot. But there's going to be some stasis wards. Actually, there's only 1 stasis ward on the map right now. And the moment you go across, this army will just go in base trade. These DTs will just go in and base trade. And then through better production, I think eventually MaxPax is just going to be taking a W over here. That is a big purification Nova. Ooh, Hero very far up in Stalkers. 34 to 16. DTs need to start moving in forward right now. We're going to need some more warp-ins. 1 Immortal, +3 about to finish up. Here comes the Prism once more. Main base is going to get blasted. 3rd base is non-existent, as these DTs should probably run into the natural as we speak. More Zealots being warped in defensively. 73 army supply to 99. Disruptor count here is good. We have 2 observers with this. Don't forget that 2 observers does mean that you could be in trouble if your opponent snipes both of them. 1 Disruptor goes down. Blink there is good. We got an active base trade over here. 3rd base dies. It's still, still looking okay for Max if he manages to not die in the upcoming engagement. He just needs 1 or 2 more warpins and he's going to be just fine. Stasis ward here would be used as this Immortal is going to fall. 19 Stalkers to 31. I thought this game was over and MaxPax had Hero by the balls. But perhaps it is Hero who's holding the cojones and it's not his own. As good Zealot flank. It's going to clear 1 of the Disruptors. Almost the 2nd one. No! Oh my god. Almost kills his own Stalkers. And as a result, kind of in the chaos of the moment, MaxPax gets another warp in. Absolutely blast his opponent. Oh no. Oh. Hero. I thought he did it, but does not have the reinforcements here, is still being outmined severely, and GG gets called. MaxPax wins game number 2. In game number 3 on Persephone, we have MaxPax going back to his bread and butter Stargate opener shenanigans. As Hero what did he do? Double Stalker? Stalker Sentry, Nexus. Okay. You know, I'm kind of digging the vibes here that we're seeing. Ooh, come on, Stalker man. To the left, to the left. No. Should listen to Beyonce, you prick. No. Missed it barely. And this thing is not going to get in here, right? What? Whoa. Whoa. He let it finish. As in, I expected MaxPax to let it finish. I didn't think Hero was going to allow that. He believed that this was a good trade. Kills an Adept, loses a probe. Loses a little bit of mining time. I mean, it was a good trade. I just... Wow. Here, thumbs up for that, man. Big ups to you, my dear friend. Battery comes out. 25 to 24 workers. This is a defensive Stargate. Oh, this is such a weird build that Hero is playing again. Finds the Oracle, but misses the you know, you want to really magnetize yourself to that thing. You know what I mean? You want to say hello with your hallucination and kick it off. Stargate is so poorly hidden as well. That's crazy. Okay, Oracle moves forward, moves forward. Ah, Hero needs to pay attention. Revelation onto the Stargate. Twilight comes out already. Second Oracle comes out. Is this going to be Phoenix Robo? It's going to be Phoenix Robo. Another oddball composition out of Hero. Do I like it? Do I hate it? I don't know. I mean, it is a play. It is allowed. He's cutting workers for whatever reason. That is not allowed. There you go. Let's continue that stuff. Twilight comes out. This is going to be such a weird game again. Hero really, he has a knack for these dumb games. Or not dumb, that's not nice. For these games that are just different from anything we usually see. Like, this is not how PvP gets played, generally. Gonna get a lift as MaxPax runs in. Gets 2 kills already. It's quite significant. Stalkers here show up to deal with the double Adept threat. Don't forget, there's still an Oracle nearby that the Phoenix can deal with. Whereas the first Oracle in the main base right now, MaxPax outplaying his opponent. The kids would say that MaxPax is eating. Absolutely. But Hero at the same time also has a significant supply lead of about 8 supply. He's getting a Prism. He's playing just with 2 gate though. 2 gate, how many Phoenix? 2 Phoenix. He has so many Stalkers and he's trying to chase down this Oracle. See if he can catch it. Catch me if you can. No, this one, Leonardo DiCaprio's it out of there. Nice try, Tom Hanks. Better luck next time. Oracle's going to move towards the right side. Stasis ward would be very helpful. We get a proxy pylon. I think MaxPax is not reading what's happening in this game correctly. Stasis ward defensively here would be a game changer. 100%. Yeah, I'm going to keep it a $150 with you guys. He needs stasis ward. Oh, this is being... Oh no, Hero. How? Oh, you monster of a human being. If Blink doesn't finish up, by the way, that is game ending, right? That's just the end of it all. Because if he kills this pylon right now, Blink will not finish up. And then we have another force field in the mix. Sentry needs to move in position. Sentry does get the force field. There's not going to be Blink. All these workers are going to die at the same time. Oracle on the other side of the map gets killed by the Phoenixes. Hero with... Hey, this is something I haven't seen. I thought it was going to be like Phoenix Immortal macro, but Hero sees an opportunity to win a game in an undeserved way, and he takes it. And that makes it deserved. Because Hero is a genius. He just sees opportunity everywhere. When Hero does a SWOT analysis, he only sees strengths. No weaknesses. Only his opponent's weaknesses. Opportunity everywhere. No threats. Yeah, this guy's crazy. Like, he has the most can-do attitude that I've seen in any player ever. Like, this is such a... I don't think he's ever played this before. I watch almost every Hero PvP that I can get my hands on. Hero versus Classic, Hero versus Zaun, like Hero versus MaxPax. If it's been played, I've watched it. And this particular build, he just hasn't played before, but he just has it up his sleeve. So much stuff fits up his sleeve. He has huge sleeves. Because his arms are so massive. Because he's so strong. And so cool. And I wish I was more like him. Darkshine comes down. Because why not? We already ruined MaxPax Day enough. A couple of DTs in the natural. Probably won't hurt him any extra. There's no third base for either player, by the way. Observer moves back home. I mean, there's no detection. Okay, Robo comes down. Do we still have an Oracle? No Oracles. Immortal on the map. There's 3 Immortals on the map. Where's number 2 and 3 though? They're just hanging out? Or okay, they were actually just hanging out. MaxPax jumps onto this like, alright, that's the final Immortal. Then this guy shows up, it's like, alright, Surely that's gonna be the final Immortal, right, guys? And then this guy shows like, what the hell? The guy just teleported over there. How is it even possible? Doesn't make any sense. Two of these Stalkers are extremely low. Could die at any point. We're gonna get a blink forward here. Like, what's the play? Oh, pro pool. Are we gonna get a pro pool? We're not gonna get a pro pool. Prism wanted to sacrifice his life for hire. Does manage to survive. Get a blink in forward. Behind all of this, Hero also is getting his own blink. 5-gate blink Immortal shenanigans. He's going to clear so many of these Stalkers. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was awful for MaxPax. Has the gate restore over here. We have 4 Stalkers now coming into the natural. Max. Ooh, doesn't have... I forgot about this. But he doesn't have a recall anymore. He's so lucky Blink wasn't done yet for Hero. Otherwise he loses all these Stalkers. But now he just loses 1. Kills 9 workers. Doesn't really force Hero's hand. I still think Hero's gonna move across the map. But it's not like Hero has to. Hero moves across the map because he wants to. Okay, you can't force him to do anything. Okay, this guy is the original Jedi. He is the Force. I don't think that's how the Force works, but still. His friends call him Yoda. And it's not because he looks like he's green. Or speaks weird. No, it's because he's not freaking smart. Shade in you must. As these 3 Adepts are going to finish up into the main base. Immortal meanwhile gets given up for free. Some cheeky bait. Nothing better than a bit of cheeky bait in the early Persephone morning. Double Adepts on the other side of the map as well. We're going to kill a couple of workers. These Adepts in the main base are still alive. We're not being targeted well out of Hero. MaxPax here with a potential hold. When I say potential hold, MaxPax here with a hold. Double Adept. Ooh, could maybe get some more kills. If you get like 3-4 more kills here, is Hero even still ahead? Let's take a look at what the numbers say here. 4 gateways to 5. Exact same tech amount. Slightly more pylons for Hero. Worker count 35 to 40. About 200 mineral difference. These Adepts are going to die. So that means that the supplies are going to be 15 in favor of Hero after this little thing. 1 worker. 1 worker, right? 2 workers. Oh, that was the worst target fire that could have happened for Hero. But I mean, 2 workers for 2 Adepts is the trade Hero will take. Glaives coming out, so it's going to be charge against Glaives as well. That's usually not what you want. We have sentries defensively with Immortals. Adept count is already somewhat significant. Nexus now comes down for a good friend. Hero also wants a Nexus, right? Yeah. And you know that this is Glaives as MaxPax. Like, you just know that it's Glaives. So what do you play? Like pure Stalker Sentry, Zealot run by. This feels like a correct call. Walking onto the map doesn't feel like a correct call. It was a fake third. Hero doesn't expand. Expanding is for people that can't kill the opponent. And Hero can kill the opponent, or at least he thinks he can kill the opponent. There's 2 sentries out, but not with a whole lot of energy. Observer gets cleared. So there is a theoretical thing you can do here if you're MaxPax, right? Imagine you pretend to care about this base. You try to defend it with pure Stalker. Then you cancel it, and you counterattack with Zealots. You kill like 7, 8, 9, 10 workers. All you need to do is defend your natural. Make sure he can't go into the main base. You really need a worker up here. Like, that is key. You have quite a few sentries. Set of force fields not great. The recharge is available though. You can get a couple more. This is important. This was important. It still is important. If you let that finish, do you let it finish? Maybe 2. Okay, doesn't let it finish at all. Here comes the Zealot warp in, but we have a defensive Adept warp in as Hero is up. About 30 supply right now, and he's moving, he's inching like a tapeworm. I don't think they inch. Like a regular snail, like a snail. He's inching towards a victory here. So he gets the shade forward. Oh, Immortals get picked up. There goes the Prism. Pop goes the Prism as that Immortal disappears. MaxPax. Max. No, never mind. Adept's dealing too much damage. Another Stalker warp in defensively here for MaxPax is not going to be good enough. As the Adepts keep coming and they don't stop coming. And they keep coming and they don't stop coming. And more probes end up dying. Adept Shade into the main base finishes up. MaxPax at 45 supply against 101. And that means that this party is coming to an end. With MaxPax having to clean the house. And Hero leaving just before the cleaning starts. Takes a beer for the road. And he's had a great night. And MaxPax so far, the opposite of a great night. Well, he had a great night until he had to do the cleaning. That's the worst thing. Oh, nice recall, but I mean, this is extremely over. I think MaxPax believes his opponent has no workers, but then MaxPax is wrong as Hero takes game number 3. I wonder if Hero thinks everyone else just plays like absolute losers, like following rules that they make ahead of time. People often say that you can only break the rules, you know, when you're familiar with them. And I feel like Hero is the perfect example there. Like, he's such a genius because he knows what's supposed to happen. You know, he can play a beautiful standard game. And when he breaks the rules, it's just phenomenal. I think you could make a decent case to Hero being the strongest improv player in the world. Like, I cannot think of any other player that I've seen so consistently kind of like adapt to new situations and just almost always get the correct read. It is so impressive to me. It is sad for me to say that he hasn't won enough. I want to call him the GOAT, you know? He's definitely the improv GOAT. I think actually when it comes to preparation, he sometimes does look a little bit weak. Like, his build orders often don't feel super tight. But in these super chaotic games, like, his decision making is so crazy good. He's a strategical mastermind. It is great to watch. I always feel like that Hero, when there's new patches, becomes better because situations are less set. You know, the game is less set in stone. You're gonna open up with a Proxy Robo out of MaxPax. Defensive Prism coming out of Hero. I hope this is going to be 6 unit before Warp Gate. Gets a battery on the high ground. Like, when you play like this defensively, I think 6 unit. Yeah, this is correct, I think. I really believe this to be the right call. Secondary pylon should support the high ground. That is also something I very strongly believe in. And he's going to fly across the map with this prism towards the left side. Defensive Immortal is a possibility. Could also skip it for a little. No, he's going to get it. I think he knows what's going on. Slight supply block. Stalkers are going to find this prism. That is frustrating. That is very frustrating. Not because this prism is gonna die, but because it gives MaxPax the opportunity to respond to what's happening. First Immortal is out already. He's gonna walk up this ramp, which is a wild maneuver. This is why I said second pylon needs to support these gateways. This is the wrong position. Doesn't power the left side gateway right now. Needed to be on top of here. Hero a little bit sloppy so far. These Adept want to go in, but they cannot go in. Prism is going to fly in eventually. I'm not crazy, right? This is not gonna power. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not gonna power. You need one more block. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes I start doubting myself when I see Hero play. It's like, am I the idiot? Or like, this time I'm glad to say I wasn't. So these Adepts are getting quite a bit of damage in. Prism is flying back home though. Wouldn't have minded the pickup there, but Hero gets a lot of value out of this. 6 worker kills. Prism flies back home. He has a very strong defensive setup. This pylon is blocking some movement though. So I would have preferred it close by, but still in a fine spot. Now something you can do, which is an underrated maneuver, is pick up Immortal. Oh! 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 Oh, what a blunder. What a rallied blunder. Oh, he picks it up. This almost was the blunder of a lifetime, and it ends up still being bad for Hero, because he's going to end up losing a Stalker. But this could have been much worse. He wants to hold the low ground. I think what you can do, what I was gonna say, is you keep your own high ground and you attack the robotics facility with your prism. You kill the pylon and then you fly back home. That is a very solid way of dealing with this problem. I don't think fighting here with such low HP Immortals is necessarily a play. Third Immortal now shows up as well for MaxPax, as the third Immortal for Hero is very, very late. Guardian Shield active here too, 51 supply to 47. I really think that trying to clear this pylon and making sure your opponent cannot add any more Immortals in the mix is a great call, as both players now flying around with the Immortals. This is such an exciting game. Oh. Good defense. Oh. Hero. It's going to drop. Takes a lot of damage here on this Prism. This Stalker is in some trouble. Prism's going to fly into the main. This cutoff won't be in time. Same time, we have a Prism over here. Is it Nexus or Stargate time? Sometimes we see a Stargate in these situations. Hero on 21 workers, his opponent on 22. And here we go with the drop. Oh. There is a recall available, but this pylon is going to fall before that recall starts. Would I have preferred taking out 2 workers here? 3 workers? Maybe. This sentry is going to go down. Yep. As long as this prism stays alive, Hero's going to be in a good spot. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Rather than killing the pylon, he gets 4 workers. He's going to go for the Immortal. Gets an Immortal. Gets an Immortal and 4 workers. MaxPax with a very, very significant trade for himself. As this thing is still pumping out Immortals. This is why I said earlier, you really want to clear that ASAP. And it's going to get cleared right now. Maybe even just go for the robotics facility altogether. Neither player with a Stargate, neither player with a Nexus, neither player with the intention to macro. Hero needs to pay close attention to what the hell's going on here. Can perhaps try and attack these Stalkers as well. It's going to get one of them. 1 sentry, I think, went down there. Meanwhile, we have the Immortals over here too. I think Hero has the right plan. Go for a counterattack. Make sure you have a recall available. You hold your ramp. Counterattack double Immortal. You have 3 Immortals on top of a ramp. As long as you don't accidentally finish this, you'll be fine. Just lose both of your gateways here. You do not care about them. The only thing that matters is not dying. Like, it's not dying. You shouldn't be walking down this ramp, please. Hero, oh my god, he plays with fire. He knows this limit so well. And now we get this counterattack, and there's nothing there. This was brilliant. This was absolutely brilliant. This is how you're supposed to play. Now what's MaxPax gonna do? He's gonna be running back home. Good luck, my dear friend. Enjoy your long journey back home. This prism drop could deal some damage, but 5 workers have already gone down. Hero completely destroying the opposition here. Ooh, that's a flank. Is that a dead prism? No, it's not. No, it's not. But the first Phoenix comes out. I mean, MaxPax is in a world of trouble right now. Hero decides to move out. No, really? This is the one way he can lose. Is he serious? I mean, there's a ramp with 4 force fields available. You can lift over force fields, but it's going to be tough. Hero is... He had such an eco lead. Such a huge supply lead. I mean, he has a massive Immortal lead, so I understand this. Adepts are going to finish their shade, which is probably correct. But holding this ramp with 2 Phoenixes, 2 Immortals coming in right now as well. Okay, MaxPax once again down in workers. What a ridiculous game. The worker pool. It is an actual worker pool. But he's up in workers. Hero isn't respecting this at all. Look, these Immortals aren't firing. This is going to die. Another force field comes down. We have no lifts remaining on this, by the way. New Sentry plus new Phoenix coming in. GG! What a ridiculous ending of that game. Hero moving across the map while up in everything is really a move and a half. Perhaps this one time his aggression didn't pay off. It might have actually backfired. What a series this has been, though. Like, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. I used to have this one nightmare. Like, when I first became a pro gamer, I would wake up on Thursdays. It was always on Thursdays. And I would wake up with like a feeling of dread because I had to go to my geography class. And then I remember a couple of times I would like walk downstairs, I'd eat my breakfast, and I'd get dressed, and I'd start looking for my school bag. And after only then would I realize that I don't have to go to high school anymore. Like, I've graduated. I could just go to my PC and play video games. And it was always that feeling of like great joy in that moment. And I had that for 2 to 3 years, where always on the Thursday, like my body would know it was Thursday, and I'd just be dreading it because I never liked geography class in the mornings on Thursday, because there always would be homework that I wouldn't have made, and the guy would always find me, he'd realize, and then I'd have to stay for a longer time after school or something. I didn't enjoy it very much. And I sometimes have the same right now with, I'll wake up and I'm like, PvP, it might be Phoenix Mirror, It always felt like such a waste. You have like Showtime and MaxPax, or Hero and MaxPax, and they play a best of 5, and then 4 games are a Phoenix Mirror. But those days are over. The days of dread are behind us. The days of proxies and throwing crap at one another. That's what we're all about right now. As Hero opened up with a no scout into 3-gate Robo here. Stalker, 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 Sentry. 4 Stalker into Sentry Stalker. Straight Prism. I'm gonna go across the map. And we'll get a battery at home. I think this is defendable for max specs, because it takes such a long time to go across the map. Second gate is coming in. Blind Void Ray needs to be produced here. Oh. We get that chrono here on this Prism. No battery, but double Stalker at home. We'll take care of this Oracle. Oracle fairly damaged already, by the way. Holy crap. Holy crap. Is there a Warp Gate? Yeah, Warp Gate's about to finish up. Do we get a Sentry then? So Sentry used to be pretty decent with this, because you'd instantly get 3 Force Field with 1 recharge. Now you only get 2, and it's not enough to cut off anything, really. Second Void Ray on the way as well. Oracle still flying around. Didn't get any kills. Or got a single kill, sorry. Excuse me. Second Void Ray about to pop. High Ground Pylon is here. We get the Max Specs Pro Patrol. Pro Patrol. Ooh, here comes a 5 worker pool. And the second Void Ray about to finish up as well. Guardian Shield comes in clean. Target fire on the Stalkers initially. 1 Stalker's taking a lot of damage. 1 Stalker goes down. Second Void Ray now comes out. This Prism's going to be in some trouble if it gets targeted down. Void Ray 1 dies. Void Ray 2 still active. Pro pool from the low ground. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. 1. 2. Purple recalls out of there. That's the good stuff. As this Void Ray is going to find the Prism. Ooh, Max Specs. He got afraid. He was like, oh, this is too good for me. I don't want that. 25 workers to 23. Max Specs is currently down in supply. I'd love to see defensive stasis here. I'd love to see a Revelation on this thing as well. Revelation into stasis, I think, is the play here. There we go. Gonna get the stasis very far forward. We still have this battery on the high ground. And the Pro Patrol is back out here as well. 5 Stalkers, 2 Gateways, second Void Ray, and here comes a new attack onto the high ground. Void Ray is very far forward already, tanking a bit of damage. This is not the swiftest motion that Hero has ever done. Prismatic Alignment comes in, and that is -3 for Stalkers, -5 probes as well, but that's the type of trace that we want here for max packs. Battery is empty. Is he going to get a new probe to patrol? No, it's going to be a Stalker this time. Don't forget, we still have the stasis on the low ground. Double Stalker still on the main base here as well. Max is just going to check to see if they're there. They are there. He's going to piss off again, most likely, as the stasis hits absolutely everything. Void Rays now are going to start chasing the Prism. Now, these guys are kind of stuck. This is such an awkward position that he finds himself in. Maybe, come on, move to the right, move to the right, move to the right, move to the right, move to the right. Ooh, Stalker shows up. He's going to start hitting that thing. Get a new Sentry. Can he recharge it? He can recharge it. We get one Force Field. We get a second Force Field. These are good Force Fields. That's -2 Stalkers. As Max Packs only loses a single one. Significantly more income for Max Packs here by about 200 minerals a minute. Prismatic Alignment is active. Third Void Ray now pops out as a third gate has also started. New pylons on the way. I think Max Packs might be doing it here. Defensively, very strong. He's going to be capable of holding this. As Hero dies. Trying to push in here. 14 Stalkers to 7, but you got the 3 Void Rays. You got the batteries for backup. The Oracle's out here somewhere, but I don't know where, and I don't think it's going to matter anymore. Oracle goes in, still 2 Stalkers at home. MaxPax still checking, making sure that nothing is reinforcing across the map. MaxPax knows that if he doesn't allow the Prism to set up, he is going to win this game, as he has more Stalkers, he has the Void Rays as well. And despite theoretically having lost this series due to the last game being a major throw out of Hero, MaxPax is going to be the winner here in this best of 5, as he's chasing Hero down. And so Oracle is going to come in as well, and that was enough bait here. Hero took the bite, he bit the bait. MaxPax stays the series with a 3-2 score.